Nezuko is one of the characters that not only made Demon Slayer fun and exciting, but literally created the lore of the show. A lot of main events would never happen without Nezuko, and as Hirokudaki said himself, both Tanjiro and Nezuko were like a small cogs in a giant war machine that started turning and made the entire machine move. And as much as she's a fun and exciting character, I want to try and see what would happen if she became a Demon Slayer. Thinking about this what-if scenario, I came up with two main roads the show could take if she became a Demon Slayer. The first one is focusing on the possibility that the two siblings just switch places. Tanjiro became a demon, and Nezuko found him and her entire family dead by the hands of Muzan. Because she's not as physically strong as Tanjiro, she wouldn't be able to carry him around like he did to her in the original story. Instead, she just carried him inside the house, found some blankets to cover him, and ran to go get some help. Eventually, she'll meet Giyu and show him the way to her house. Knowing that there is a possibility that one of her family members became a demon, Giyu won't mention that he's ready to kill one of her siblings if it comes to that, thinking she'll never show him the house if he says that to her. Upon arriving, Nezuko runs into the house to see if Tanjiro is okay, but she sees him standing there with glowing eyes. Giyu feels that something is off and rushes into the house, grabbing Tanjiro just in time to save Nezuko. Nezuko doesn't understand what's going on and tells Giyu to leave her brother alone. Giyu tries to kill Tanjiro, and Nezuko puts her body in the way, hugging both of them and screaming for Tanjiro to get back to normal. Tanjiro is actually a stronger demon than Nezuko, so he manages to break free from Giyu, and while Giyu tries to cut him, he accidentally cuts Nezuko and makes her bleed. Tanjiro jumps on Nezuko, and Giyu thinks that he wants to eat her, but something amazing happens. But before we continue, let me tell you all about today's sponsor, Mech Arena. Look, I wouldn't say I'm competitive, but yeah, okay, I'm competitive. That's why Mech Arena's tournaments are my jam. Mech Arena is a super fun free-to-play online shooter that you can play on mobile or desktop. One of its coolest features is tournaments. These weekly competitions let you compete against others and earn some really nice rewards. But that's not all. Mech Arena tournaments are the best way to earn resources to upgrade your mechs and weapons. Plus, you'll have the chance to compete in the chaotic free-for-all mode, where it's every player for themselves. Starting a tournament is easy. Once it begins, simply log in, hit battle, and select tournament. Get ready to unleash the power of your mechs on the battlefield. In the 5v5 death matches, teamwork is key. Your objective? Eliminate your opponents and win rounds. The more kills you get, the higher your battle score. But it's not just about kills. Assisting teammates, healing them, and winning rounds all contribute to your score. Show your skills with specific mechs, earn MVP status, and achieve special feats to earn extra points. What I enjoy most about Mech Arena is the thrill of climbing up the ranks, leaving everyone else in my dust. The battles are intense, the action is non-stop, and the customization options for my mechs are off the charts. It's an experience like no other. Here's what's happening in Mech Arena right now. In honor of Plarium's anniversary, our epic space-themed event Solar Survivor has kicked off. We've already revealed 3 new 5v5 maps, the legendary Scorpius mech with its onboard javelin array, as well as new chain gun and fragment gun weapons. Later, we'll be bringing a powerful new missile weapon called the Disruptor and Chimera, a unique-looking heavy-duty pilot. We'll also be celebrating July 4th with our US community, bringing the Liberty skin for Onyx and Star-Spangled skins for all mechs. It's completely free to play on Android and iOS right now, and you can use my personal link or scan my QR code to get bonuses worth $30. We're talking about 1 skin, 1 Prodigy crate, and 5,000 credits to help kickstart your game. And if you're quick, you can add me to friends and we can play some matches together. So don't wait around. Grab your mechs, join the battle, and let's dominate the arena. Tanjiro is protecting Nezuko from Giyu. From here, the story is pretty much the same as it went. Nezuko becomes a demon slayer, and with the help of Tanjiro, they defeat demons left and right. The only difference is that because Tanjiro is much stronger as a demon than Nezuko, he provides much greater support. His blood demon art is similar to Nezuko's, but with time he develops stronger abilities, like manipulating his blood to make literal flame projectiles. And because of his demon potential, his flames are much more destructive than Nezuko's. There isn't much difference to the story from here. Muzan is defeated all the same, and Japan's future is bright again. But this is only just the first scenario, because the next one will blow your mind. Why, you ask? Because this time, I made Nezuko a demon slayer while staying a demon herself. Everything in the story starts the same. Finds Nezuko, talks to Giyu, and goes to Urokudaki to train to become a demon slayer, but after her 2 years sleep, something weird happens to Nezuko. Her cognitive ability is back to normal, and she can speak and communicate like a human. Seeing that, Urokudaki has an insane idea. Why not teach her breathing styles as well, and make both her and Tanjiro go to the final selection together? Hearing that, Tanjiro and Nezuko are excited to become Demon Slayer siblings. And because Nezuko is a demon, she can regenerate and learn much faster than Tanjiro. She masters the concept of breathing styles in just a few weeks and gets her own sword, which can also become black just like Tanjiro's. Fast forward to the Mount Nagamoto arc. Nezuko, Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Zenitsu are trying to fight off the spider demons, and with the help of Nezuko being able to use breaths and regenerate, the fights are much easier, except the fight with Rui. Both Tanjiro and Nezuko try to attack Rui at the same time, but it's pointless, he's too strong for them. And as he's about to kill Tanjiro with his blood demon art, Tanjiro remembers his past and starts attacking him with the Hinokami Kagura. Then something amazing happens. Nezuko starts to remember her past as well, and the fact that her mom showed her and Tanjiro the whereabouts of the blue spider lily, and she awakens her blood demon art to free herself from the webs. But this is not all. With the combined efforts of Tanjiro and Nezuko, Rui is defeated by them slashing him from both sides and burning his flesh using Nezuko's blood demon art. The story continues to the Hashira meeting, but now Nezuko can speak for herself. She and Tanjiro tell Kaguya that they will not forgive Muzan and will defeat him for sure. Sanemi tries to pull off the same trick with his blood, but Nezuko still turns her head around and swears she will never eat a human being. Soon, both Tanjiro and Nezuko practice the Hinokami Kagura together with the understanding that there's something special about it. And they also start to realize that her blood demon art is special for hurting demons and they should use it for battle. Fast forward to the Mugen Train and the fights go much easier thanks to Nezuko's abilities. She's able to understand how to free everyone pretty quick and help Tanjiro and Inosuke fight Enmu. Then, we come to the fight between Rengoku and Akaza. Seeing that Akaza is on a different level, the gang just stare and watch as these two powerhouses trade blows. But then, just before Rengoku is about to unleash his 9th form, Nezuko tells Tanjiro that they can help, and should help. Both Tanjiro and Nezuko follow Rengoku's path without his permission and give support to his attacks, syncing their breaths with his. Nezuko tries to hurt Akaza with her blood demon art, but it's no use. Akaza is about to hit Rengoku and turn him into a donut, and as he's about to punch, Nezuko intervenes and puts herself in Rengoku's place, taking the blow in the stomach instead. Seeing that, Rengoku is amazed by her, and Tanjiro is furious. They start slashing at Akaza with fast slashes, but Akaza regenerates too fast. And as he's about to pull his hand out of Nezuko's body because of the sun, she hugs him and burns him with the maximum amount of fire she can create, causing Akaza to get confused and not be able to protect himself. Then the sun starts to come up. Tanjiro tells Nezuko to stop because she's gonna die, but she yells at him and Rengoku to finish off Akaza immediately and disregard her life. While Tanjiro and Rengoku slash at the confused Akaza, Tanjiro tries to go for the head so they can hold Akaza in place. Both Tanjiro and Rengoku use everything they've got to decapitate Akaza, but it's no use. Akaza creates an insane tremor in the ground using his leg technique. This makes everyone shift in place just long enough for Akaza to escape. Tanjiro then jumps on Nezuko to protect her from the sun, and Rengoku is amazed that a demon saved his life. All are injured, but still alive. From here, the story takes an interesting turn of events. Akaza goes to report that he didn't find the blue spider lily, and that the Demon Slayer Corps has a demon as a demon slayer that can use fire that can burn demons. Muzan is furious over Akaza's failure once again, but a strange feeling is going through his body. Muzan is more afraid than ever. He understands that the Demon Slayer Corps has a joker now, which is Nezuko, and if he doesn't act quickly, this joker could cause him a lot of problems. The story shifts to Muzan in his Infinity Castle. Muzan is there ordering Nakime to summon Upper Moon 1. It's there when we see him for the first time and learn that he too was once a demon slayer. Muzan tells Kokushibo that the Demon Slayer Corps has a demon as a demon slayer, and there's a chance she can use sun breathing the same as his brother. Kokushibo is thrilled to hear that, and Muzan orders him to find her and kill her. From here, the Entertainment District arc is pretty much the same, except two main changes. As Tanjiro fights Daki on the rooftop and uses all of his strength, Nezuko gets out, fully aware of the situation. Don't forget, she is still sleeping to get her strength back instead of eating people. She gets angry just the same and transforms to the full demon mode, holding a sword. Daki and Nezuko start to fight, and Daki is losing. And just as she's about to slice Nezuko with her obi, Nezuko uses her blood on her sword, turning it red. She slices at Daki, cutting off her head, and then out of nowhere, Gyotaro appears from Daki's flesh. Nezuko doesn't understand what's going on, and Gyotaro starts to use his blood demon art and overwhelm Nezuko. That's when Tanjiro wakes up and sees that there are two upper moons fighting his sister. He joins the battle, and as the two siblings are fighting off the demons, Tengen arrives. The rest of the Entertainment District arc is pretty much the same, but because Tengen didn't get poisoned and Nezuko could help during the battle, the fight was much shorter and more climactic, because both Tanjiro and Nezuko awakened their Demon Slayer mark. Fast forward to the Swordsmith Village arc. Both Nezuko and Tanjiro are training with Yoriichi Type 0 to achieve greater skill in combat. Tanjiro understands the meaning of the red sword much sooner because of the fight in the Entertainment District arc, which helps them to defeat Hantengu much easier. After the Hashira training arc, things start to get interesting. Why, you ask? Because when Muzan comes to visit the Ubuyashiki residence, he's not alone. Kokushibo is there with him, hiding until Muzan gives the order. The moment the explosion happens, and just as Tamayo is about to inject Muzan with the drugs, Kokushibo turns behind her and slices her to pieces. With a last effort to execute the original plan, everyone is attacking Muzan and Kokushibo. Suddenly, Shinobu understands that their plan has failed and rushes over towards Muzan and drugs him with the drug she made that turns demons into humans. Kokushibo sees Tanjiro with the Demon Slayer mark on his face and looks for the other Demon Slayer, aka Nezuko. But as he's about to do this, Muzan drags everyone to the Infinity Castle. But now the battles are much harder between the Upper Moons and the Demon Slayers. The rest of the Infinity Castle is pretty much the same, but now, because Muzan is not drugged with 4 different kinds of drugs, only one, he is much stronger. Fast forward to the Sunrise Countdown arc, everyone is attacking Muzan all together, but he's too powerful, and blows them away the same as he did. And as he's about to kill Kanao, Tanjiro steps in and saves her. Muzan tells Tanjiro that he is a monster and he looks hideous. And as he's about to do it, Nezuko uses sun breathing with her blood demon art to slice at Muzan and burn him. Muzan is confused that his regeneration is slower than usual, and sees that Nezuko is there, and thinks to himself that all he needs to do is absorb her and he'll be able to conquer the sun. But it's no use. The two siblings work together to unleash multiple sun-breathing attacks at the same time, making it hard for Muzan to regenerate as usual. Granted, they're not at the level of Yoriichi, but Muzan is still in trouble. But then something amazing happens. Nezuko uses her blood demon art to make everyone's blade blood red, and all of the Slayers cut Muzan at the same time. Understanding that he could be in serious trouble, Muzan tries to escape, but it's no use. All of the Slayers work together and finally defeat him. Tanjiro doesn't become a demon because Muzan didn't get a chance to turn him, and Kanao uses the drug Shinobu gave her to finally heal Nezuko and turn her back into a human. That's it for this What If video. If you enjoyed it, please check out my What If Kokushibo Didn't Become a Demon video. Thanks a bunch, and I'll see you in the next one. Remember, this video is sponsored by Mech Arena. Use my link in the description to download the game and experience the excitement for yourself. Mech Arena, where strategic mech combat meets intense multiplayer action. It's time to prove your skills, rise through the ranks, and become a true mech champion. Download now and let the battles begin.